Yo, what's up? Today, Shadow is going to be teaching you how to make this trap, which is a 5x2 flat ground.
On making a 5x2 flat ground, it's pretty similar to making a 5x1. Um, I like having obviously something to run against so they get like funneled inwards. They don't, because if the double extenders were here, they would they could just hit their self against the tree and like slow down and not go into the trap. The main thing with 2x5 against one wide like a tree is this block, because I have my double extenders here. This block they could like skedaddle out, so if you want to, you could just if you're on a hot plate, it's really easy. You can just 1 second, you gave me some oak. You could just spam some blocks like you were running from someone, and then it's good enough normally. Or you could just deal with it, which is normally what I get to do. Alright, let's get into making the trap. So, 3 blocks away from the log, I mark O for opening, because this is the first opening block. This is what I do for 5x1. This is the second opening block. Sticky piston, observer, the extra block so the dust doesn't connect with the observer dust, and then pole would be right here. Let's now get into building the trap. Okay. So, gotta clear out your space for your slime and your honey. Yes. And you want your slime and your honey to be orientated like this. So they can both be double extended away from everything else. You want to obviously just mine out your place for your double extenders, your vertical ones. You don't have to put your pistons in right now. I'm just doing it for the ease of just looking. Okay, so I'm assuming you haven't watched 5x1. If not, you should. But the double extender is the exact same as in the 5x1 video that my associate recorded. I'll come back here in a second for making back wire. So this is the this is the first double extender, the vertical one. So this is when you start getting your dust in place. Normally you make it as, I personally normally make it as wide as my trap is. So this is 5 wide, so it's a 5 wide pole, and I have 2 just because margin of error. You have to clear out these 4 blocks on both sides, these 4, so the honey and slime doesn't stick. When making it, you normally just do 2 furnaces. If you're doing this on like an SMP, do 4 so they can't burrow through. Those are legal. But I don't have to deal with burrows because they're not common on Hotplot. So, okay. Different than 5x1 is this right here. These 2 torches, they're not on the side like this because there's 2 different stickies, bottom blocks for the opening instead of just slime or just honey because of piston push limit. So you have to do these 2 torches, but you're gonna have to do some funky with them in a second, but we can get there later. Okay, this row should be like empty for the most part. The middle has no pistons. It's just there for moral support, I guess. For a 5x2, using the design I'm showing, you are doing tileable double piston extenders, even though they're not tiled. So this is a tileable double piston extender. Just tier 2 repeaters, like this. The block for the just powering without being right there. 1 repeater here, 2 dust behind it, the back piston, a observer with the block above it, and then a redstone dust. and then you have that on both sides. You have it inverted, so both front pistons are towards the center of the trap. You get both your double extenders, and make sure this block is here so it can power the the piston. Now the first thing that's really important with 5x2 is these two repeaters for adding delay. So you have the 1 on 2 tick and 1 on 1 tick. I'm not sure if it matters, but I learned it with 2 tick on top, 1 tick on bottom. And then you're just gonna get a wire redstone back there. Instead of this, you have to do something weird with the slab. You go up, place a block with a torch, and place a sticky piston where you're going to have a block above with a redstone torch connected to both wires. Just do a redstone dust. We had this wire already here because we're smart cookies. You have the slab so you can bring the redstone wire beneath it. So I'm just gonna, so as you see, it's broken right now because we're missing one important part, but it powers both lines of redstone, which is very important. If it didn't power both lines, this would be very bad, but it does. But now, the hardest part of this entire trap to remember, I'd say, would be the back wire for your redstone. So you have your torches on these two blocks, so it can, this one's for slime, this one's for honey. You need to power these with redstone dust from the back of your trap. Make sure there's a block here so your 4 tick redstone doesn't interfere, cause delay, and then break the trap subsequently. I don't even think that's a word, but I said it. I'm connecting it from this side. You can connect it from the back. This side with the pole, it doesn't really matter. I just do that side because there's nothing over there. Don't forget about furnacing. You do not need furnaces here because this is the piston lever, they can't stick. So this should be the whole trap. I'm just gonna, so to go over everything, I'm gonna turn off toggle crouch. We have our vertical doubles with observers facing into the dust, so they observe the change in dust, which would power the block, which could power the piston. We have the 2 layers of vertical sticky pistons for the double extenders, so instead of just going up 1, they go up 2. You have that connected to a 1 tick repeater into a block, which powers this dust, which powers this 4 tick repeater, which powers this dust. You have your very large pole because we're fancy. We have enough redstone dust for that. Then we have the hard part, which would be the double extenders, the horizontal ones. You got the slab, so the dust can travel up into a block, into a torch. So this is called adding delay for the retraction to the upper mechanism. And then we have this bottom wire. We have this bottom wire, so it can deactivate the torch for whenever we close the trap, unpull it. You have this wire down at the bottom with a 2 tick and a 1 tick. So the 1 tick, I don't know which one is used for which, but you need both of them so they add delay for the opening and closing. Then we have this part, which is kind of weird, because whenever you pull the trap, it just deactivates the torch because the bottom wire is faster than the top part because of the torch and then the piston delay. And then whenever you unpull the trap, the delay here makes it so this part doesn't get powered, which is awesome sauce. Then we have the tileable double piston extenders. Yeah. The most important part, I'd say, for this entire trap is the back wire, because Without the back wire, as you saw earlier, this dust is too slow for the whole trap to open and close, just due to tick rate, because you have to activate it, and then 1, 2, 3, so that's all 4 ticks, and it's just like not awesome sauce. But you need the back wire. If we test pull with a lever, that's the back one. You see how it worked? There is nothing stuck to it because we cleared out the blocks here and we filled in with furnaces. It double extended because we have the 4 tick, so it worked properly, and it opened properly because this back wire was able to deactivate the torches 1 tick faster. And then obviously your doubles, as you see right here, the torch is deactivated, but so is this piston. So this upper wire cannot be powered until this piston gets reactivated and push the block above. And now whenever we unpull it, it unpulls, and this powered second because of the piston. Unpowering is, yeah. So that's how you make 5x2 by your goat QP swimmer.